Okay, welcome back. This is our pork chop dish, which is coming back by popular demand. This will replace the pork chop milanesa, and it's very similar to the previous dish. There are a couple of things that are different about it, so I want Matt to review those, and we'll dive right in.
So, next dish for the Weber Classic section, we have an updated version of the smoked pork chop that we used to do before. So, this will be built from the same center cut pork tenderloin, which is White Marble Farms, Duroc Genetics, same pork that we were using for the Milanesa, because we can give the guest a great value, and it tastes delicious. So we tasted this next to the bone-in version, and we all thought it was moister and had a better flavor. So same procedure that we were doing with the pork chop prior. It gets brined in the all-purpose brine. We remove it from the brine, season it with Weber barbecue seasoning, smoke it for 30 minutes at 240 degrees. It then gets brushed with a half a cup of the Carolina mustard glaze, and then goes back into the smoker, still at 240, for another 10 minutes. And when we glaze that again, it helps impart that flavor and cook it on, and also helps attract a little more smoke, so we get a nice smoky flavor on the chop. This will be offered as is. This is not a one chop or two chop dish like we had before, and again, it's a really good value. It's 2 7-ounce chops, so we've got 14 weighted ounces on the plate, which is almost a full pound of pork. We're going to grill that over charcoal to get some nice grill marks. It's going to get glazed a couple times during the process with the Carolina mustard glaze, which is made from honey and brown sugar and whole grain and Dijon mustard, so that we have a nice kind of well-flavored glazed pork chop at the end. Side items that this dish is served with are roasted garlic mashed potatoes, and this is a half portion of sauteed spinach. So that's going to be picked up the same way in a saute pan with roasted garlic butter and some seasoned salt, and tossed with a lemon wheel and served like this.
So, two differences on this. Sweet potatoes obviously was on the pork chop dish before. These are going to be mashed potatoes. And as Matt mentioned, this is not a bone-in pork chop. It's a boneless pork chop, but the quality is better, side-by-side taste, and we certainly felt like this was a better pork chop. It's actually a little bit more pork because I believe the portion size on the bone-ins were 7 ounces.
The bone-in was about 10 ounces.
About 10 ounces. So it's going to be about the same amount of meat as it was on the double pork chop before.
Uh-huh.
Okay, great.
At substantially less price.
At a substantially less price. So just to review substitution sides, you guys may have some questions on a dish like this because it comes with 2 sides. Now, these are smaller portions of these sides, so they cannot substitute green beans for spinach. They cannot substitute a baked potato for that small portion of mashed. They can substitute a baked potato for both. They can substitute a large side of garlic mashed potatoes for both. They can substitute fries. They can substitute a mixed green salad, which would eliminate both. Again, that's us saying we want you to sell the green beans as a side for the table to share. Yes, we can bring green beans out to the table. They're sold as a side. Yes, we can do grilled asparagus. They're sold as a side. Okay, so it's all in the confidence and in the finesse from you as a server and how you're talking about it at the table, but we don't want to get into, okay, instead of the mash, can I have this but keep the spinach? Okay, it's going to be one large side. We'll swap out both. That's going to be the same with the barbecued items like our baby back ribs or our beef brisket. You got to consider that that these sides are just as small as those 2 sides that are on those barbecue items. Those are just portioned in a 4-ounce ramekin, and these are placed on the plate. Okay, so again, double pork chop. It will come out with 2. We do not offer the 1. The same Carolina glaze as you remember before. Real quick, Matt, do you want This is one that we took a temperature with before. We said that the chef would recommend that medium, and we're going to continue with that verbiage.
Yep, same process.
Same process as before. So you will get a temp modifier on the pork chop. Chef recommends medium, so you'll mention that to the customer. Chef recommends these pork chops medium. Is that okay? If they want them cooked a little bit more or a little bit more well done, yes, absolutely, we can do that. But you can serve them medium. They'll be nice and juicy, totally safe, and actually makes for a better eat. And that is the pork chop.